Welcome to the Lights, Camera, Rant Podcast. Your source for the latest on movies, TV shows, and video games. Get ready for ranting, raving, and reviewing. Here is your host, Lee.
Hi everyone. Welcome to the very first live podcast episode of Lights, Camera, Rant. And my wonderful guest at the time is Mark from Mark My Words. How are you going, sir?
Oh, not too bad at all. A little bit of a cough, so I apologise if that comes up from time to time. But going all right. Feeling good.
Yeah, well, you do look a lot better than a couple of weeks ago with your streams. You looked a little bit pale there, sir.
Yeah, I had to push forward with all that, but that's all right. It's just the mild coughing, and that's all it is, really. It's just, no COVID, though. No COVID.
Oh, that's good. I'm really glad it's not transmitted when you do a video. Thank God.
Yeah.
So, guys, what we thought we would do for this very live episode is we were going to obviously see what Mark has been up to. It's been 16 weeks since he was last on this podcast, and there is a lot that has happened. And then after that, we're going to speak about the latest news that's happened over the past week, and then we're going to talk about the state of the gaming industry at the moment, which the biggest word going around at the moment is delay. That's the biggest word going completely around. And also Saints Row shit. That is all just two more things that you hear right now. Am I correct?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And then just to top it all off, we're going to do our She-Hulk review and talk about what we thought about the episode, biggest highlights, the major cameo kind of drop, sort of, or it could be loose, which we'll get into that. But start off the bat, Mark, it's been 16 weeks. You had a pipeline dream when we last spoke, and you were talking about how one day you think you might go on to Twitch. And how has that gone?
Well, it's weird to think that it was that long ago when I was on, because we still talk, obviously, every single bloody day. So it doesn't feel like that. But so all the way back then, the update is like, now Twitch has started. Currently on 48 followers. So anyone listening, I am 2 off that affiliate status, or what they call on Twitch. It's pretty much your first step into making it just that little bit extra professional. So it goes affiliate, then partner, and then it's just up from there. So the growth on that's been good. I have 2 pretty loyal followers that I don't know in person, and they're, bless their souls, they're in every single stream and they always chat, and they're absolutely great guys. Frenzy and Will, I'm talking about you two if you happen to be on or listening to this in the future. But otherwise, Twitch is good. Instagram has been growing. Both of our Instagrams have been growing, so nothing but growth over there. And at the moment, just trying to get a proper foundation around these game delays, because God, it's knocking me back a bit. Because obviously, for people that don't know, my Twitch is, my plan is all brand new games that come out, day one, you'll be seeing it on my stream, no matter what. So unfortunately, that has been hit hard with the delays. I've had a game called Thymesia come out.
Oh, that's right.
Times. So like the 3 weeks, it's been pushed back. Just 1 week, the physical release, 1 week. So now it's out digitally, but it's not out physically till the 2nd of next month. So God damn it. But that is on my list. You should
really be seeing the type of messages that we're getting in our group chat of all these game delays from Mark's point of view. Like, F this, F that, how could it be delayed again and again? Because I honestly, man, I've been feeling sorry for you, because you do all the perfect layout and everything of what's coming, and you're getting shafted kind of like out of nowhere, because it's not like they're making an announcement like a month ahead or something. Like, they're kind of springing on you with a week in advance.
You know, a lot of games recently have just been like, oh, we're just going to push back 1 week or 2 weeks. And it's like, what? Why? Obviously, it's probably production issues and shipping, because postage is still fucked lately after everything. But it's just, it's frustrating. It's frustrating.
I can imagine, which like in your situation, trying to do a schedule, it's just shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's funny.
Yeah.
After like a year ago, it was movies delays. We're kind of having movie delays at the moment, which we'll get into that later. But what's just so for people to understand? So you need 50 to get affiliated. What's the next step up from that?
So 50 is affiliate. It's kind of like everyone's starting benchmark in Twitch. It's just kind of it's probably more of a pat in the back, really. I mean, it sounds nice. Affiliate sounds nice.
Yeah.
But really, it's like a little bit of a pat in the back and all that kind of stuff. But then it's partner at 500 followers. It's called partner. And honestly, from then onwards is, you know, kind of when you actually start getting paid a bit of money, like not anything worthwhile, but let's be honest, at the end of the day, money talks and all that kind of stuff. But that is the kind of gist of it. So affiliate, then partner, and then it's just growth from then.
Oh, okay. So, like, what comes when you become partner? What comes with it?
I think it's just a bit more different things you can do on your channel. Like, for example, there's all these little bits and little things you could do on your channel that I don't think you could do when you start off. But honestly, Twitch is pretty open with all their newcomers and constant streamers. So really, it's just it's just a status thing, really.
Oh, okay. Because you were having you were kind of I wouldn't say it was a major crisis, but you were a little bit stuck between a hard rock and a hard rock and a place, whatever that stupid saying is, between YouTube and Twitch, weren't you?
Yeah, so I was looking at streaming on YouTube, but the YouTube growth for streamers is non-existent at the moment. It just isn't. So after some time of thinking about that, I went with Twitch because it's well known, and YouTube at the moment, if you want to find a streamer, you have to openly, specifically look for that person. Like, there is no tab.
Yeah, it's not set out for it.
Find, or like, for example, on Twitch, you can look up a game, and then they'll show you from obviously the top viewership all the way to the bottom viewership of everyone playing that game. It's as simple as that. Just like, I wonder what this game is like. Just all you have to do is search it. That's it. But you do that on YouTube, you find videos. You don't find streamers, which I think would be better if you had like I think if you're on a PC, for example, and it comes up with all your videos in a list, it'd be nice that little column on the right hand side that shows streamers in a variety. So it's always the person that's top, and then, you know, a variety. This person has 600. This person has 2. This person has 5,000. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, just a bit of variety in that. But yeah, YouTube has no growth from that just yet, unfortunately.
No, which that's something we've spoken about in the past as well. That YouTube it's kind of really not set up for any like fresh streamers. Like, if you've been YouTubing for a while and you have a decent like base, then you can launch pretty all right. But if you're like brand new, then Twitch is where you need to begin.
Yeah, it's easier. It's more common. There's a better. I've also noticed between YouTube and Twitch, Twitch has a better community. People want to talk. People want to help. YouTube feels a bit selfish in the way of
it's all about me.
Probably the term subscribers also kind of hurts it, because that's been turned into a money value rather than followers, which is simply just a click.
Yeah.
But yeah, YouTube just doesn't. Yeah, it's not there yet. It's just not there yet.
Nah, and I know that they're trying to do more short clips like TikTok, but I don't think that's really flying very far. But no, like, and with your Twitch, which I've nearly tuned into every single one, nearly every single one. And, you know, it's really great to watch. I think my favorite one so far is when, you do great on Apex, but my favorite was when you're playing Cuphead and you were getting effing smashed. You're getting smashed, and just your reactions to everything that was going on. Like, I know, like, Apex, like, because you know it like the back of your hand, because you were playing Cuphead, and you were getting help, weren't you? there's other guys that were giving you help on those abilities and everything to use. Like, how good of a
Yes,
community is that?
That's definitely Will. He's from Mongolia, and he's been watching me ever since I started Cuphead. And yeah, he would openly look up a boss to try to find tutorials and ideas of how to beat him, and then chat and then talk to me about how to beat him and try and help me out. And yeah, it helped a lot.
Who
It meant a
does
lot.
that? Who does that?
The best kind of people.
Yeah, that's true. Unless you go in and give him the wrong advice. Yeah, you need to go behind him. You need to jump over him.
I can't, you son of a...
Oh yeah. We got a message from Owen from the Uncredited Extras. Thank you, and thank you for dropping past and saying hello, man. Owen is from the Uncredited Extras podcast. It's really good. You guys need to go check it out. They were actually one of the very first podcasts I ever actually subscribed to and started following and religiously. When I first started back in June 25th, 2021. Which, speaking of actually anniversaries, next month, your 1 year anniversary is coming up, isn't it?
I didn't even know about it as you said it. I don't even follow any of that. All I'm doing is, as bad as it sounds, is following the follow account. If that goes up, then I know things are going well. I'm not thinking of it as the time.
If it's going down, then I go struggle.
Yeah,
but
it's going down. I'm like, oh, okay, no, probably should be doing something different.
Well, no, like I think an anniversary is very important because it's a great way to reflect and see how far you've come. You know, because I'm an absolute freak and I like to know everything. Your very, very first review was Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, worthy of the first review because that game is spectacular.
Yeah, it's Red Dead Redemption of like Japan. It is. It is literally yes.
No, it's not.
It's an open world. Is it beautiful? Do you have to ride a horse everywhere?
It's more like Assassin's Creed than it is fucking Red Dead Redemption.
No, it's not.
How? You have an overall story, you have an open world, you have side missions.
Yeah, Red Dead.
Pretty much the same. Yeah, same as Assassin's Creed. And then obviously the gameplay is also very Assassin's Creed because you literally, that's what you do. You infiltrate camps and you take out one by one.
No. You go in there, guns blazing, and you shoot everybody's heads off. This sword crap.
What, do you get a gun in that game? No.
Huh?
No, you don't. You don't get a gun in that game.
No, I thought it was just swords.
No, I feel like... either way.
You get to pet the fox.
I think the Ghost of Tsushima review I did was the DLC review. Or did I do a separate one?
Oh, what was that called?
I don't know off the top of my head. But yeah, that DLC was just a little bit not needed, personally.
Nah, because I think I actually, now that you say that, I remember you saying it was really not. It could have just been in the game. Like it could.
It was good, but it covered a topic that the game already covered. So it's kind of like, we didn't need that, but sure, not bad.
Yeah, it's like thank you, but it wasn't necessarily
why.
No, but hey, that game just completely took everyone out of the water. You know, and what it did for, I can't remember the area, but like, you know, what it was based off, the amount of money that poured in, the people were doing tributes to that area, and the fact that, you know, what?
This Ghost of Tsushima, it's the island of Tsushima. It's in the
island of Tsushima, yeah, sorry. No, I'm thinking of I'm thinking of the statue, the actual statue thing, the doorway thing.
The gate.
Anyway, good for the country or whatever it does. God damn it. So yeah, all that money that got poured into that was fantastic. And that shows you the gaming community and the fact that, we need more games like this. More Risk, not known IPs. They've been milked to the absolute shit. Call of Duty.
It would be nice for some new IPs and all that kind of stuff. I kind of get that it's hard to throw so much money at something that's, potentially going to fail, but, yeah. Like a game coming out that I'm streaming on the 4th, I think it is, of next month is the 6th is when it comes out. So Biomutant. I mean, that looks fucking crazy.
Yeah.
What was that? That was a third person. I don't know. It just looks bloody whack. Like it's just you're like some kind of mouse rodent thing. You have a big sword, and it's like an open world where you can fly. And it's just that's different.
Soul.
That's good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's different. When it's hard to find different.
Well, that's the thing. Is what my favorite was just to do with like Stray.
Yeah,
like you've got these massive IPs, yet a game where you are a cat. It draws more attention on your Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, than these other games because it was different. Because it was something new.
Stray is going to be an interesting one, like when it comes to closer to the end of the year, because that game is like it was universal. So many people just loved it, and it wasn't long. It didn't overstay its welcome. People even said, "Oh, it probably could have been a little bit longer," but they're satisfied.
Yeah, and
that's
all the reviews for were all positive. I didn't see one single negative one.
No.
Yeah. So Ghost of Tsushima was your very first review. Would you have loved to done a Twitch stream for that back in 10 o'clock a year?
Yeah, probably. Like pretty much everything that I'm going to be playing from this point onwards will end up being streaming. So, for example, God of War Ragnarok, we'll be running through that story, together as a stream. But yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, probably. That would have been good to stream that, but didn't do it back then.
Hey, everything moving forward now. Twitch stream all the way. And you were also doing movie reviews. You were doing TV show reviews at the very start as well.
Yeah, I've kind of definitely moved away from that. I decided that, gaming's the passion. Gaming is where I want to be. I didn't want to overstretch myself by tackling. I still watch everything, and if honestly, I probably could still do reviews, but yeah, maybe just do the written on Instagram or written somewhere else, but might tackle that somewhere closer in the future on the YouTube channel or something.
When we have more time, to do these things. Because guys, a year on, and he's still preaching me to watch Ted Lasso.
Oh, come on, man. It's got 3 seasons now, but instead you're watching fucking Daredevil.
Because it's a good show. And not to mention Ted Lasso is on like the one streaming service that nobody has.
And everyone can get it for free. You can get it for free.
It's too much effort.
Oh, God.
I'm watching Daredevil right now to get ready for the She-Hulk TV show.
Which is already out.
Yeah, but he hasn't appeared on it.
Yeah, he's going to appear for like a whole of 3 seconds, and then that's it.
That's more than we need. That's all we need. But
2015. Daredevil came out in 2015.
Yes, and it ended in 2018. We had this argument. It ended.
They have a new show coming out.
It ended 8 years ago. Huh?
And they have a new Daredevil show coming out. Get with the times.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting ready for.
Get ready for what? They're going to explain it in the next show.
The new show.
Yeah, they'll explain it then.
Yeah, that's 2 years away.
Can't help you.
But Ted Lasso apparently still, even with the new season, is still very highly regarded. Reviews are still very positive for it. It's still got, I think, another season. Like it hasn't been cancelled or anything like that. Like it's still
no, it won't. It won't get cancelled. It will finish.
Yeah.
Like out of
what I mean is that it's still got more seasons to come. Like it's not saying we've got one more season or anything like that.
No. Apple TV have two good shows. It's Ted Lasso and that one with Jason Momoa is C.
Yeah, which final season is actually streaming now. I got a notification. The new and final. I think it's final season actually launched and it will be on actually right now. But it's funny actually. We recently saw a movie with one of the Ted Lasso actors in it as well, playing Hercules.
Yeah, it was an interesting choice. But if you watch Ted Lasso, it does actually make a lot of sense. He's an angry man in Ted Lasso.
Well, it's funny you say that because the actor said in an interview the fact that Kevin Feige reached out to him. That Kevin Feige actually reached to him and actually said, "I want you to be Hercules."
Yeah, well, he chooses his actors well, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, well, same thing with Anthony Mackie. He didn't audition. He was offered the role.
Who's he playing?
Captain Falcon.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He was. He straight up. Kevin Feige came to him and said to him, "I want you to do this role." Didn't even audition. Yeah, but
I don't really care much for Falcon, so that bit of information is fucking wasted on me.
He's Captain America. Respect the new Captain America man.
When he makes a good show, I will.
Actually, no, it's very low on my list anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Don't come out. I've seen your list. Shambles.
My what?
Your list, it's shambles. It's all over the place.
You're only saying shambles because you're annoyed I put internals that low.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am.
Please tell everybody why you think Eternals should be so much higher.
No, this is not a Marvel topic. We've covered this before.
So when I give you the floor, you won't take it.
I'm not talking about Marvel. We spoke about Marvel too much.
But yeah, so for anyone, for the first topic, and for everyone, please jump on and start following Mark My Words on his Twitch stream, his Instagram, on all of his socials, because he's got a hell of a schedule coming up. What have you got coming up, man? What's all the games that you're currently, if no delays, what do you got coming up?
If no delays, that is a big thing. So, there's 3 games definitely coming out in September that I'll be jumping on. So Thymesia is finally getting a physical release. There's Biomutant as well. And then there's The Ascent, which is an older game, but it's finally getting a physical release as well. I definitely prefer my physical games. So I'll be jumping on all of those within the first 2 weeks of September.
Oh yeah, no delays.
Yeah, if
and I look forward to jumping on every single one of those.
I reckon the Biomutant one's going to be different. Like it's going to be, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I think so too. As well. And then obviously in between that, you're still streaming good Apex. Yeah, well, so Apex I hit Diamond, which is really great. It's as people that know Apex, Diamond is kind of where things start getting very serious because you start getting matched with some of the best people in the world that play the game. And my booty cheeks were clapped immensely during the 5 games that I was in Diamond. So I'm in my last game before I get demoted. So I'm contemplating just not playing to get the things that you get for finishing in Diamond. Even though your last name is Diamond, so I think it's cheating.
Huh?
Yeah, your last name is Diamond, so technically you're cheating. You're already Diamond.
But yeah, so Apex I will be playing, but probably not as much at the moment.
Yeah. Well,
I'd like to play some more
well-
other games, get a bit more interaction with everyone as well. It's hard to interact in Apex because you're too busy trying to survive.
Staying alive, staying alive. Just panic music the whole time. That's it. But yeah, guys, these games obviously are coming up. But if there's any delays, generally what Mark will do is that even if a game does get delayed, he still jumps on to his schedule and makes sure the fact that he's still playing. So regardless, if no new games, he's still ready to go, still jumping on because it's Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays.
No, I need to get a schedule that's more down pat because obviously I work in relation to the missus as well. Obviously to make sure we both have free time and all that kind of stuff. So at the moment, it's actually looking at going up. I'm probably going to end up doing Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Potentially Fridays as well, potentially. So it might be 4 days.
Oh wow! Yeah. Oh well, you were going to jump on. You were going to jump on last Friday. If we
it's all subject. Yeah, it's all subject to games coming out, or if there's no new games out, then it might only be 2 days because I might only just play Apex. So it's a little bit subject to game releases and what's out as well.
Yeah, and life in general, which takes up as well. So, but generally, that's the time frame for Mr. Mark My Words. The only premier account called Mark My Words on Twitch that you need to be following because everyone else is just subpar. Isn't that right?
There's one way to put it.
Yeah. Well, without further ado, let's move on to the next section that we do have. So let's talk about the latest news that happened past week. So we've got rumored for next month for September. Sony's Kraven the Hunter movie will drop its new trailer next month, which I'm not excited for this. Honestly, this looks like a giant pile of piece of shit. Like, it's just, how can you take a character that hunts animals and hunts Spider-Man? That's like his main thing. He hunts Spider-Man for game, who in the comics has a giant lion mane costume, and it's called Kraven the Hunter, even though apparently he's going to be environmentally friendly and trying to save the animals in his movie, and there is no Spider-Man. And I'm not joking, like that's legit what apparently called Aaron Taron Johnson has said that the movie will be partially about. Like, honestly, I just don't understand Sony's mindset. I'm like, how can you keep using all these Spider-Man villains and not have Spider-Man in them?
Yeah, I literally know nothing about this guy, so I'm ready for the trailer to take it with a grain of salt because I know nothing about him. But it could be like how they did Cruella. Like, as far as I'm aware, Cruella was all about killing the Dalmatians and then bloody making a dress out of it. And then it ended up just being like, what's that? No, I don't know. It's another movie about making clothes and all that kind of stuff. But still.
Devil Wears Prada.
That's it. Thank you. How do you know that?
Yeah.
Excellent film. And yeah, I reckon it just ended up more like Devil Wears Prada, and there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, it was actually a great movie. I actually really rate Cruella, but we'll see. It's different when you go to a superhero genre. People like at the moment, people that love superheroes are very toxic if they're not done specifically the way they want them done.
No. And like I half get that. Like, there's a difference between you like alternating a character to fit into the medium of movies to completely and changing the character. You're just using it for namesake. Because Morbius was just so bad. and what the annoying thing is that halfway through that movie was solid, and then it just took a giant nosedive.
Yeah, I stand by that. Morbius was. I will give it the benefit of the doubt. It was actually I was enjoying it a lot until the last quarter to third of the movie, and I was like, well, you just threw out like all this stuff you were building and just went, nah, bats are fighting now. What do you mean? Like they've been friends for like 26 years, and you say they're not going to talk to each other? What the fuck?
I know, and won't we won't do full dive bit, but they got the trailer did ruin Matt Smith's character, his brother that had the cane, because you see in the trailer he's walking fine. Yeah, as the movie begins, he's walking with a cane. You're like, oh well, obviously he takes the serum too, and they fight, and there's the plot of the movie done. Not to mention, still now, I don't understand how Michael Keaton's character got into that universe. Why he got pulled into that universe.
Yeah, nah, that was just them trying to tie together, which now they got to throw that out the window because no one wants it.
No, nobody wants it. No, nobody asked for it. No, nobody asked for this. That's why I don't understand. Nobody asked for this, and I just see that good old hidden platypus or Perry, good old Perry, just chimed in on chat, asked us, have you had a glimpse of Samaritan yet? The new Sylvester Stallone movie that's currently on Amazon Prime. Haven't watched it yet. Yeah, it's out now. If you followed Lights Camera Rant's Instagram page, it announced it actually 2 days ago, announcing the release date, and also on the Instagram story, it also released the fact that it's out now. Side point. Anyway, yeah, so it's out right now. So Samaritan is essentially like kind of like an old man Logan. It's a character where Sylvester Stallone, where he used to play a superhero, who is now very old and is buried the superhero a very long time ago. But this little kid, he bumps into him and gets him kind of out of retirement because something happens to come back as a Samaritan. It's interesting the fact that Sylvester Stallone, but the trailer of it looked really good. Have you seen the trailer for it?
I haven't. I'm just kind of looking up the movie now. It's yeah. All right, something I have to maybe watch today.
I'm going to give it a crack. I'm going to give it a hot crack. Perry said the fact it feels very chappy vibes, like that area.
Yeah, right.
And Perry's like, "What's good? Won't spoil it."
Oh, he's seen it. God damn it.
Yeah, he's seen it. Yeah. But no, like it's when I saw the poster, I was like, What's this? What's Sylvester Stallone in now? And then I actually looked up further. I was like, oh, this actually looks all right. So I will. It's on my list to watch. So I do. Yeah, I'll definitely be watching that Perry at some point and giving a hot take review for the next episode of Lights Camera Rant. But Kraven the Hunter. Yeah, it's. I feel like here when we do get the trailer, I feel like this is just going to have the Morbius effect, and this won't be blown away because, not to mention, Sony is currently also working on a wrestler movie, Spider-Man wrestling movie as well, which I don't understand. And then we've got Madam Web, which I don't fully grasp either.
Just let it happen.
So,
right? Don't look into it. Just let it happen.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, Sony, you're doing things. Oh, good for you. Oh, here's your toys. Give us Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You can play with the rest. Nobody gives a shit. Moving on. Days Gone. Apparently, so Sony is moving forward very much with their studios. And obviously their main IPs they're currently working on movies for. So currently in production is you got the Horizon Zero Dawn movie in the works, a Gran Turismo, and obviously just a couple of months ago we also got Uncharted. Apparently they're also working on a Days Gone movie. Now Days Gone was a really regarded game. It was fantastic. It's terrible the fact that it will not see a sequel. Interesting though, it won't get a sequel, but yeah, it's getting a movie.
Yeah,
I know you and Dean.
Hmm?
I was going to say you and Dean spoke so highly about it.
Yeah, Days Gone, unfortunately for a lot of people, it was a little bit buggy at the start of the game. Like, it was only the start of the game as well, but it was a bit buggy at the start. There's a lot going on in that game, though, at one time. Like, the amount of zombie hordes that are chasing you, and there's a lot going on in the game. So it makes sense that it might crash or be buggy or something like that. But the story behind it was so well written and so, like, grabbing that some people didn't make it through to actually witness the whole thing. One of the most, excuse me, still one of the most saddest points in movies. Like, to me, next to The Last of Us, where his kid dies at the start, like, Days Gone has a moment like that where it's so sad. And it's like, yeah, it's a fantastic game. It needs a sequel as well. I'm pretty sure it's left in a point for a sequel, but
apparently it was.
The game didn't make enough money, apparently, and
no,
I know
apparently.
If you look into Days Gone and the directors and what they thought of it and stuff, like, all these games got so highly renowned around it, but then Days Gone made the same amount of money and got nothing.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, the thing is, if all the reviews are positive and you've got a brand new IP, and the fact that, you know, it's probably not going to make as much money because it's brand new. But the thing is, all the reviews for it were fantastic.
Yeah. No,
So,
it was a fantastic game. It's just people, probably gave up on it a bit too early. So I really rate that. It's on the PlayStation Plus stores and all that kind of stuff. If you haven't played it, give it a go.
Yeah, it's a PlayStation Essentials, isn't it? It's listed all in there now. I think
it is, yeah. I think it is. It's like it's probably like a good 25, 30 hour, just good story. And honestly, the hordes of zombies, you haven't seen anything else like it in other games. So, yeah. Oh, maybe World War Z when that came out, but beyond that.
No, not much. But yeah, it's interesting that you're making a movie of it, but like making a movie of an IP that they won't make another game for. Like, that's the thing. But look, that's currently in the works, so that's gonna be very interesting what will come from that. Moving on, The Boys season 4 has started filming, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan has joined the cast. So for anyone who doesn't know who Jeffrey Dean Morgan is, he's been in many projects. He's been in Supernatural. He's been in The Walking Dead. He's also in Batman v Superman. Those are the top 3 off my head.
He plays Negan?
Yeah.
Negan in The Walking Dead?
And he plays...
Okay.
he plays Sam and Dean's dad, Winchester.
Oh, he bloody does, doesn't he? There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So originally, according to the directors of The Boys, that he was prepped and primed to come into season 3, but they didn't have a role for him. So they pushed it back for season 4, which I look not totally gutted that's the case because of the fact that they got Jason Ackles. So I feel like if they had someone else, it might have taken a little bit away from him. But now that like Jason Ackles will be in season 4, you do not have him come in for one season, blow everything away, and not be in season 4. He will be in season 4. But don't know who Jeffrey Dean Morgan is going to play in season 4 of The Boys. But yes, that is started filming right now, which means just like the other seasons, we're not going to see this until June next year.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. But I wish it would come out soon. I want Invincible Season 2. Invincible Season 2 would be nice. Which, again, thank you, Mark, for the recommendation.
Was Invincible my recommendation? Yeah, I was, because I found out from a guy from work about it, and that's how I went onto it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also TikTok, where they kept showing the scene of him beating the living hell out of like his level of Justice League.
Yeah, that's another thing I saw was there was on TikTok. That was everywhere. everywhere for like a good solid like 2 weeks of where he completely murders the Justice League, which he does very well. They are all dead. Moving on to probably the biggest hot topic that's actually happened the past week is House of Dragon. Debuted this past Monday. It slightly crashed HBO Max's website. Season 2 is already confirmed, and it's already coming with very high reviews for the episode that dropped. So nothing negative from that. So, because you're currently watching Game of Thrones right now, aren't you, Mark?
Yeah, so I have seen Game of Thrones. I'm up to date. I fully have seen it all, but I am watching it with the missus, and we're on season 5. So for those that know, we just saw some very, very good scenes in the ending of season 4. But yeah, we've got to watch all of that, and then we can watch House of Dragons together. So we're a little bit behind, but the images I've seen, that it looks on par with the quality of Game of Thrones. It's just... Yeah, I don't know how far they're going to go with this, but it'd be kind of cool if they go all the way. If it's set 200 years beforehand, it'd be nice if they go all the way to the Mad King and Robert's Rebellion. It'd be really good to see that.
Yeah, well, I have no doubt that HBO Max is going to milk this for as long as they can to get it as close as possible for that last season to jump off the Game of Thrones. I've never seen Game of Thrones. Yes, let all the hate come in. I haven't watched it. Just it didn't grab me. Still doesn't grab me. So
Luckily, you're watching Daredevil. Oh yeah, that's great. That's excellent.
Yeah,
that's
I don't give a shit about middle age or whatever time it's set. Don't really care. There's enough shows of that already. Not to mention, apparently, the ending of Game of Thrones is shit.
Yeah, so rewatching it now, there's things I'm noticing that I didn't notice when I first watched it. So when everyone first watched Game of Thrones, it came out episode by episode.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you have to deal with. But now, I'm just a little bit of spoilers for Game of Thrones. If anyone hasn't seen it, obviously, just fair warning. I know Lee doesn't care, so that's why I'm just going to say it.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
Daenerys going mad. Like even in season 5, I'm actually seeing it. Like there's things that she's doing where I'm like, no, that's making sense now. Actually, she talks to people and they kind of guide her in the right direction. But once those people start getting picked off and she's by herself, her real intentions, which have always been there, happen. The only thing that people can't deny is that the last season was just rushed. That's all it was.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing that everyone does say is the fact that the last season was rushed. They just tried to cap everything off, and apparently even I forget his name that created the actual books and everything. He said that apparently he pushed for another season. Yeah, apparently he pushed that you guys will need another season to wrap everything up, but they didn't.
Yeah, exactly right. He wanted up to like 10 seasons, which was fair enough and almost what was needed. But I can't wait to get up to the last season and rewatch all of that. But even now, from what I'm seeing, I can see the little things of why that happened, and it only gets more intense from there. So we'll see.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, you're not just watching this on a week by week basis. You know, you're watching this as a full binge, so you're noticing all these things again.
We want to do a season a night, so yeah.
Oh.
So that's like probably pushing it. Probably more like 4 to 5 episodes. So it's like 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah, right there. Which, it's funny, if you do that with Invincible, the whole first season's done.
Yeah.
Because those episodes only go for 30 minutes. But yeah, so very interesting to see how House of Dragon will go compared to Game of Thrones. Season 2 was already going to be confirmed regardless. That was never in question. I'm not surprised if they don't just announce season 3 now. right now.
Yeah,
Like,
the only thing that I would have been surprised was a second season is if this was meant to be a standalone thing.
yeah,
Which
that's exactly right.
my guess is, they're going to go all the way to Robert's Rebellion, which is how Game of Thrones really starts.
Yeah, or at the start, yeah. So it will be interesting to see how many seasons this will go and what point, like how the last season will end, like what the gap will be. But moving on, looks like the WB and Discovery merger is still wreaking havoc. Apparently, the brand new Batman animated TV show that was getting made, that's also been cancelled. And apparently, WB is currently offering it off to other streaming services to continue it for some stupid reason. I'm like, I've already gone into how much I think WB is a piece of shit and how much DC is a piece of shit right now. But it's just all these properties that have been all announced and everything that are just being chopped up and getting thrown to the wayside. I'm like, what was the point of all of it? Which, speaking to wayside, Shazam 2. Shazam 2 has now been delayed. Shazam 2 isn't coming out until March the 17th. And Aquaman 2 has been delayed to the 25th of December, 2023. It's a fucking joke. It's just a straight up joke. It's just such a joke of what's happening. And, the funny thing is, I called it a week ago. Shazam was going to get completely murdered by Avatar. And the stupid thing is, they brought it forward. Originally, it was Feb 2023. They brought it forward, and now they've pushed it back again. And then even Aquaman 2, that's kind of like the more anticipated sequel, has been pushed even further back.
Yeah, as much as I'm sure there's a reason they're doing it all, it's just I stopped caring about all that a long time ago.
Oh, God. I can understand why. But I guess the most positive news that we did get from recently is that Matt Reeves, the director of The Batman, apparently has signed a multi-year contract with WB for more future projects. At this stage, we do know that The Batman 2 is currently in the works, and the HBO Max TV show about the Penguin is currently in the works, and an Arkham Asylum cop show or something like that is currently in the works as well, which I think that's the least. We probably can get purged as well, but that's currently in the works, all currently in the works with Matt Reeves. So very interesting to see if DC Fandom, if they will actually fully announce the Batman 2, if we get a title card or the villain or anything really. But then again, most likely would be delayed and scrapped with the rest of their projects. But that's currently the state of WB and DC, which is just utterly sad. Moving on. Last thing about WB is apparently the directors have been invited to a funeral screening of the Batgirl, where they're going to show the movie and what's the footage they've got to the directors and the cast, and then lock it away. Like, what the fuck?
No one understands the point of that. No one does.
No, not even the directors, not even the cast members get why. But that's brilliant. Also, what we're getting out the next couple of months is also the Rings of Power, the Amazon Game of Thrones show killer. That apparently the first fan reactions have been released, and they're calling it a cinematic masterpiece. And which we also got a brand new trailer, and it looks utterly stunning. Yeah, looks fantastic.
If you're spending billions of dollars on this, I would hope so.
Well, that's exactly right, because Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, currently right now, is the highest budget, most expensive TV show ever bought out to streaming services. The currently show that held that record was Game of Thrones, But that Jeff Bezos money, just really wanted to blow that out of the water. Or you'd hope you get your return on it. But Lord of the Rings, it most likely will, because I know that a lot of people that the Hobbit trilogy kind of left some people in a bad taste in their mouth. So it'd be very interesting to see how this will be received, and how many seasons this show will get, because it's not a limited season. So we'll see. Interesting to see how many seasons this show will get, and that Amazon money.
Yeah, we'll see, because I've been mildly avoiding it, or even the trailers I have seen, I have no idea what's going on. I know all the factions are still there, so the elves and the dwarfs, everyone's still there, but God forbid, I have no clue what's going on, and I kind of want to keep it that way.
Well, that's the thing. Just go in cold. Just go in blind. You got nothing to lose at all. Also, I haven't watched this show, but I know you have, Al Marco. Is that The Umbrella Academy? Now it's season 4, and it will be the final season at Netflix.
Yeah, I said that to the missus yesterday. She's like, this is a terrible day.
Just could not get any worse.
So that show, the best story I have of that show is I tried to watch it twice, and I hated it. I was like, this is boring. I don't get it. This sucks. People were trying to compare it to like Marvel superheroes and stuff. I'm like, no, this is just shit. And then...
Is it like X-Men? Like a school
it's
full of gifted children?
I don't know what to compare it to be honest. It's in its own little field, honestly. But then watch it with the missus, and we both just got sucked in. And then we binged the 2 seasons that were out, and then we just binged the 3rd season when that came out. And the show is great. It's actually really great.
Yeah. So definitely I should watch that too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's not for everyone. I could definitely see why people don't enjoy it, but it's got moments, and it's got characters that just are fantastic. Do you need to take care of Parker?
Nah, he just ran out. But apparently everyone I know speaks highly of that show as well. But season 4 and final season. 2 seconds.
Yeah. All right, for anyone listening now, make sure you go to Mark My Words and go follow that, because it's much better Twitch stream and or Instagram, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. It's fantastic. So definitely jump on that. Anyway.
God. I heard that. Academy. Season 4 is currently, the final season is currently in the works. Speaking of Netflix, these last 2 news points are so related to Netflix that you will like. Well, one you like, one you don't like. Resident Evil TV show has been cancelled. You will not see season 2. That is all wrapped up and done. Interesting enough that it seemed I didn't really hear good things about the show.
Yeah, it got a lot of hate. Once again, this is video games and how it all works, especially once again, now the superheroes are getting involved as well. If you don't do it the way people want it, they're not going to like it. So me with Resident Evil, I've really jumped in the latest ones, like Biohazard, Village, like all those ones. And then I've played the remakes of the older games, which they're all fantastic. They're great, but I don't see the interconnection of them all just yet. But the show by itself, if you get rid of Resident Evil, if you get rid of the name, it's actually really good. It's actually not bad at all. It's actually really good. It's just not what everyone was expecting. It was a smaller story compared to the games, which tell a much bigger story.
Well, yeah. So do you think that fact that if it didn't have the label of Resident Evil, if it didn't have any of that, and it was just named something else, you think it would have been fine?
I think people would have taken it for what it was instead of looking at it and going, oh, yeah, but Resident Evil is actually about this, so it should have been this. So it's like, just enjoy it, you little shit.
No. People can't just enjoy things for what they are. You should know this. Of all people, we should know the fact people just want to enjoy for what it is. And this next one, which I know you have an absolute hard-on for, is the fact that BioShock has found its director.
Yeah, I definitely chucked that on my Instagram as well. I just hope they, like, once again, I'm going to be one of those people. BioShock has a beautiful place in my heart. All 3 games are spectacular. I basically say they're my favorite games of all time. And
he does all the time, truth be told.
And like, as long as they do it justice, then yeah, maybe don't even go big. Don't tell the whole story. Just, I don't know how they're going to do it, but if they do it wrong, people are going to be pissed. But in saying that, BioShock haven't gone wrong yet.
Games-wise, no.
Yeah, so game 1, game 2 were both in Rapture, and then the third one, they went all the way to Columbia in the sky, and everyone was like, what the hell is this? This isn't BioShock. What is this? And then you play the story, and guess what? Fantastic. Then they brought out DLC going back into Rapture, and it was perfect. So they haven't gone wrong yet. Yet.
And, a BioShock movie, it dates back to... I think rumblings for a BioShock movie were all up and about, I think, between like BioShock 1 and BioShock 2 rumblings. Like, there was a whole idea that Peter Jackson was going to make a movie for. Apparently it was going to be too expensive. Kind of like the same kind of like development hell as like the Halo movie, which we got the Halo TV show, which was very subpar in itself. But so it's... BioShock
of that movie coming out is a director doing it, but then he wouldn't get the R18 rating, so he just flat out said, "No, not doing it then," because you cannot make that show without an R18.
No, you can't. And I that's the thing, is you can't go, it needs to appeal to more audiences. It's like Resident Evil. It needs to be R. It's the complete nature of it. It needs to get that rating. It needs to get that rating, or it's just gonna flop. Like, as soon as you tell people it does not have an R18 rating, boom, internet's gonna go to town on it. It's shit. Your launch will be terrible. It doesn't matter how good the content is. But yeah, that's actually what's funny. Actually, that's a franchise that I remember hearing. I think we spoke about it in our last episode. There was rumblings that there was going to be a BioShock 4 announced this year.
Yeah. I want to quickly pause for a second to say hello to Icon33 for jumping on the chat, jumping on the stream. Thank you very much. Welcome.
Oh, yeah. Welcome, sir. I concur, and nice shirt.
Nice
shirt. Both of us.
Nice.
Representing.
That's it.
Stand up higher. Stand up higher. We need to see the rest.
Well,
yeah.
There you go.
I actually meant your junk.
What?
I actually meant your junk. No, where's the hot tub, sir? Where is the hot tub?
But yeah, so like I've heard rumors of like a 4th game and everything, but until that actually gets confirmed, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know, because I know there was a list of games at the very start of the year that got leaked. And I think about 75% of those games have all either been released or been confirmed, except for, BioShock 4. So fingers crossed that we do get it, especially, how it's all going to come out. But, that is the biggest news that's happened in the past week. So let's move on to the next section. So biggest thing in gaming at the moment is delays. Delays left, right, and center, as we briefly mentioned at the beginning of this episode. And it's just... I honestly, I can't believe it. It feels like this year's been worse than compared to last year. And when we did our last episode, there was not that many delays that happened. I think it was only about 2 games. But so far, from April 26th to here, there's been at least about 10 titles that have been pushed back, delayed altogether. From Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy, that's been pushed back to Feb. Starfield, that's been pushed back to next year pending. Marvel's Midnight Suns, that's currently been pushed back with no pending date. And a lot of people were nervous about God of War, which we got a release date for that.
Well, so a lot of things. The games that you mentioned. So Starfield got pushed back because it got released gameplay and released like proper gameplay and all that kind of stuff, and it looked like garbage. So everyone shit on it. Everyone's like, "This is terrible." So I guarantee they're pushing back because they're like, "Okay, we need to work on this because people don't like it." And then
and it looks like No Man's Sky.
And then Midnight Suns was coming out around the same time as Gotham Knights. So it's like, why put two games made by the same developer that are just going to fight each other? Like, that doesn't make sense. So...
wait, no, Midnight Suns isn't the same developer.
Well, WB, DC, they all own all that shit.
No, they don't own Marvel games.
Wait, isn't... Midnight Suns is Marvel, excuse me. You're right there. For some reason I thought, I think it's Suicide Squad. I'm thinking it's Suicide Squad. That's something.
No, it's right. I was like, what? That's not the same developer.
And Hogwarts Legacy didn't have a release date. It never got pushed back. It was an assumption that it was coming out this year.
Well, all right, yeah. It was meant to be this year, but it got Feb.
Yeah, so they never set a date, so it's not a pushback.
Still disappointing.
And then God of War Ragnarok is because bless that man's soul, the director, lives and breathes for this game, and we all knew he wasn't going to delay. He knew exactly what he was doing. He's doing the right thing. He's not overhyping it. He's not saying, "Hey man, in 3 years you're going to have this. Here's a trailer for it." It's like, no, no. You did one little announcement trailer last E3, and that's all you need to do. That's all you need to do.
And the thing is, he actually had to go on record, I think, more than once and said, the game will not be delayed. The game will not be delayed. It is coming this year. Calm your freaking farm.
Yeah, I remember that tweet. And then 2 weeks later, he announces the release date going, "Shut up."
Yeah, shut up. Here you go, you animals. And as I said, all the games that you've just, your Twitch stream, they've been pushed back by a week, or even separate, pushed back from, here's the digital, but then the physical is pushed back even further.
Yeah, that one I would probably say would be production issues and delivery, but still 1 week, and then that 1 week then goes another 1 week, and that week goes one more week. It's like, what are you doing over there? You knew the date. Prepare yourself. What the hell?
Yeah, I know. I don't. And the thing is, I feel like if they release the digital before the physical copy, I feel like that's kind of like, well, here you go, so we can start making money.
Yeah,
just take it. Just take it. And as you said, I was going to say Evil West.
Yeah,
Evil West got delayed too.
Yeah, so things get delayed. The argument between a digital game and a physical game is a longer conversation, but it's just, it's frustrating. But as long as there's a reason that then produces a better game, then at the end of the day, I'm not mad about it.
Yeah. Well, that's true. But do you think these are all still ramifications from COVID?
I don't know. Each game seems to have its own reasons for being delayed, but if it's anything delivery or production wise, then maybe. But games like Hogwarts Legacy, that's fine. And then Midnight Suns getting pushed back, they probably need more. If a game turns around and says, "No, we need to work on this more," it's like, okay, that's fine. As long as you give me a good game, I'm not going to be worried.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I need to go back and play Cyberpunk because I gave up on it, and I feel like I should have.
No. Go back. I honestly go back, man, and play it. The story is fantastic, and everything's pretty much fixed now. Everything's pretty much fixed now, so I'd highly recommend it. I kind of like grind through all the glitches, which was a bit of a struggle. But yeah, I recommend going through it. The story is fantastic. Even the ending is just like, holy shit. Icon33 says COVID, global supply chain, developers being in high demand, so not dealing with bullshit management. Yeah, that can all factor in. Yeah, that can be all those factors. And the thing is, like, I cannot think of a time that I remember seeing so many announcements of delays from games.
Yeah, I actually want to turn around and ask Icon, is there any games that you're looking forward to that have been delayed, that like reasons of why you're waiting? Because it'd be interesting to know from someone else's opinion as well.
Yeah, like what games are you actually annoyed they're actually delayed? The rest of the file. But Saints Row 4 came out, and that
yeah, I'll leave that to each individual thing. I've never been a GTA fan. I've never been a Red Dead Redemption fan. And I jumped on Saints Row, and I've never played a Saints Row before. And I was extremely disappointed, but I found it nice to know that I wasn't the only one. Like, people that are diehard Saints Row fans are like, what the hell is this?
Look, I can't believe you haven't played any of those games. Boils my blood, but I understand. It's all right. You want to play whatever you play. Anyway.
And you want to not watch Game of Thrones, but you want to watch Daredevil.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. But no, even for me, like everything I've seen about Saints Row seems very subpar. Like I actually saw a TikTok that made a really good point. Was the fact that in your characters, you're doing all these crimes and everything to get out of student loans. Who gives a shit about you trying to pay off your student loans? Where is pure capitalism? Where is where you just want to take over everything and F everyone up in your way?
Yeah, pretty much. Like one of the missions in the game is the nerdy dude doesn't know how to shoot a gun. So you go teach him how to shoot a gun. That's a mission.
Yeah.
In the story missions, that's a mission. It's like you're shooting these targets, which, by the way, the auto aim in Saints Row is absolutely insanity. I have a video of myself, like, all I do is press L2 and R2, and it doesn't matter where the target is on the screen, I hit it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I also saw the fact that there is a mission where apparently you are very depressed, and the minigame is you have to get out of bed and cook a waffle. And I'm like, what? This is like nothing, which I've discovered, but like this is nothing what the original games were. Yes, the original games went more crazy, but the thing is, like, it was all about, being number one and getting them, get the, try and take it over. Gangs, territories taking over. Icon 33, I like that premise. Most gamers are older, so student loans make good stats. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, for the generation.
See that? It's the execution of it is the issue.
Well, that's very true. I do like all the customized options, though. That is fantastic.
Yeah, you could do a lot to your character, even at the very start, like the different shapes of your chin and stuff. They literally just give yourself a big junk. It's all possible.
I know. I was like, when I saw that option, I was like, yeah, it's gonna match the real thing, so all the way.
Man, that slider doesn't go any further. Oh, that's great.
That's disappointing. I think the funny thing is when you see your character talking to somebody and they've just got this giant package.
Yeah.
So I've just started playing Saints Row and I've already seen a couple of things. I'm like, this isn't like the old game. And like the thing is, like, I get the fact that a game's going to evolve. There's going to be different things, but you got to remember, you got to keep the core things that people love the most about for them to come back. Like IGN gave it a 6.
Yeah, I don't know if like I can't rate it. I hardly played it, but like it's just disappointing. And like I was watching a guy who was at pretty much the same point I was, and he had the same graphical effects that I did as well, like bugs.
I haven't got any bugs yet.
Yeah, so like
yeah.
in one of the missions, you're just driving along a highway. You're trying to freak this guy out so he gives you what you want, and you literally watch cars disappear in front of you. Like you're on the wrong side of the road trying to scare him, and comes come, and then once you've ticked that part of the mission off, the cars just disappear, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I have noticed that when I do hit a car, they go very far and explode very. I'm like, okay, that's a bit aggressive. I do like the
comical thing of it all and all that kind of stuff. That's fine.
Yeah, I do. I did like. I tested out the what is it? Like the gliding, with the parachute.
Well, one of the biggest negatives I heard about that is you just get it. No one tells you have it. No, like you don't earn it. You just get it.
No, because I went to the bit where you get launched into the air. And I thought I'll just test it out. And then he grabs his gun and shoots it. I'm like, I haven't got a parachute. There's no setting. And then he starts gliding with it. I'm like, oh, yeah. Okay. I guess that's just in your suit.
There was panic. There was nothing. There was literally fucking nothing about that.
No, so I'll still grind through it, and at the moment. But the thing is, like, I'm also playing a game called 2 Point University, and the funny thing is, like, that has no glitches. Everything is completely seamless, and it works perfectly. Yet a AAA title of the massive open world game is shaking at the sides. Just the difference. And another thing is going into the game of the year. Like, you actually think that High of Life could very be the game of the year instead of God of War, because Elden Ring is just kind of just whoa shit. What
do you mean?
Like. No, what I mean is like it's just completely blown everything out of the water.
Oh yeah,
perfect 10.
Shit, I'm like that.
No,
that
just
is
what I mean is like
I didn't like really play it that much because like honestly, if I played it, I would have spent 100 hours and I could have played 50 games in that time. But like, oh my god, it wins. It's one game of the year. No way.
No, you think God of War will take the cake?
No, God of War. No, it won't. It won't.
Okay. I kind of like hoping it will be God of War, but like I agree with you in the fact that like it probably won't. But and the game in between God of War and now that has definitely caught my peak of interest is High of Life. And I think that's because of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, but when's that release date? That's not till next year.
No, it's October this year, isn't it?
October? That early? Man, is that going to get back?
Nah, it probably will. It probably will. High of Life. I'm pretty sure it's October.
October 25th.
Oh, there you go.
I find that hard to believe.
You think it's going to get delayed?
Well, considering how early that got announced, like we're only just seeing gameplay. I don't know. It'd be nice if it does come out, but I have my expectations.
Yeah, same here. So yeah, High Life is a brand new first person shooter that's coming out that is developed by the creators of Rick and Morty, which you can, when you watch the gameplay, you can instantly hear all the same voices. It looks like a very unique kind of game, like in that kind of style. So you like half expected what's going on. The fact that your gun talks to you, and so does a knife. A lot of things talk to you. Looks very different. And I'm hoping the fact it has a bit of depth to it, it's not just face value. You know,
I don't know what I'm expecting. I'm not expecting an in-depth story because, well, I'm expecting like a mildly in-depth story, but mainly just stuff around. Just pretty much, if you've seen Rick and Morty, you know what you're in for.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what I mean is like it's not just because the fact it's made by the same people who make Rick and Morty, it is still a solid game. That's what I mean. Like, it's not just built off that hype. It's interesting the fact that the creators have decided to make this video game, but I'm all for it. But that's so Hive Life, Gotham Knights, which I'm really not excited for at all. That's Catcher Perry. Perry just messaged saying he's out of here. Thank you, sir, for staying all the way through. Appreciate it. Much love, sir. I miss you.
Cheers, Ben.
Yeah, Gotham Knights, really not excited for because of the fact that it's just none of the trailers, none of that has made me excited to watch it, play it. Like, I'll still get it, but nothing going, wow. You know, and then after Gotham Knights is, for me personally, next is God of War. And I think that kind of wraps up the year, actually. In a nice, for me personally, at this stage, kind of wraps up for a nice little package. I thought Midnight Sun, Marvel's Midnight Suns, but that's not either. What is
want to play Skull and Bones?
Oh yeah, Skull and Bones. Yeah, forgot about that. Skull and Bones. Where you get to be a pirate, which is essentially, if you have played it, if you ever played the Xbox's Sea of Thieves, from what we can kind of tell, that's exactly the same thing, but obviously modern. Modern graphics, which a lot of people I've seen comments and everything said that they're hoping that is the case. So fingers crossed. But yes, Skull and Bones, I'm looking forward to see how that all goes. But yeah, where about you? Where about for you? Like, what? Even though you got all these games coming out, what is one besides streaming that you, as a fan, you're just purely excited for?
I'm looking at my list now, and Pokemon Violet is obviously definitely there. The new Pokemon game coming out.
You're right. Pokemon is a vehicle, or it was a plane.
So Pokemon Violet is definitely up there, and then probably, I mean, both Perry and I are super excited for Forspoken, but that's not coming out till the 24th of Jan, so that's next year.
Yeah, that got delayed.
And then probably beyond that, I'd probably say, the Callisto Protocol, because it's from the same people that made Dead Space, and I really enjoyed this game.
Yeah, the trailer for that looks so good. Very big Dead Space vibes. Will you be picking up the remastered edition early next year?
Of Dead Space, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that got announced, I think, for Feb or March.
I forgot about that was even getting a release date. I mean, it's almost been a bit swamped with Callisto Protocol. People have forgotten about the Dead Space remake.
Yeah. I can honestly, because I'm seeing ads of it all over my Facebook feed and everything about it. But no, that looks really good. But you're very excited for God of War?
Yeah, I'm trying to not raise my expectations too much.
So you can be just generally surprised?
Well, yeah, because God of War, no one knew what to expect. And now, God of War was Game of the Year, and it was one of the best games made around at the moment. And that's a lot to try and do a number 2. So,
well, it's a number 5, so it's number 5.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to keep the expectations low.
Yeah. Oh no! Look, it's the best thing you can do with things coming out right now is keep your expectations low so that they can be blown out of the water. Obviously, for Saints Row, you'd have to keep them very, 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 very low. Because when we went to E3, you picked up the vinyl record for God of War, didn't you?
I purchased it later on. I purchased it online.
Yeah, that's right.
It's still beautiful. It's fantastic.
It's stunning.
It's stunning.
Well, yeah, we're stunning. And actually, recently on your Instagram stories, you recently just did a poll for The Last of Us. What was those results?
So I pretty much did a poll of are you going to be picking this up? Like, are you excited for it? And I did a pretty much a yes, no, or no one asked for it. So yes was about I think 27%. The no was a probably big 60-something percent, and another 15% of who asked for this. So
no one asked for it.
Yeah, not a lot of people are going to pick it up, and it doesn't make a lot of sense of why they did it, apart from the fact that there's a TV show coming out. But that's it.
That's the only reason why I think as well. The fact that they've done, I think. Hang on, is this its third re-release? Then they released it for the PlayStation 5, and now that was just a re-release for PlayStation 5, but this is actually a remaster.
No, so the first one, then there was a remaster on PS4.
Yeah.
The Last of Us is a PS3 game.
Yeah, sorry, PS3 on
and a remaster on PS4. And then they had that PS4 with slightly upgraded graphics. So if you play Last of Us on PS5, it looks a little bit better. And then this is a complete remaster.
Ground up, yeah. Because I know a lot of people are excited for the TV show coming out, especially Pedro Pascal is in it from The Mandalorian, so that's building a lot of hype. But it's very interesting to see that this game's coming out again.
He's gonna kill it. I'm just worried about the girl that plays Ellie. Not sure about her.
Yeah, that's going to be because how fans react. If if you don't portray the character right, then that's your career.
That's it.
Straight out of there. Do you have anything else you do want to speak about the gaming side of things before we get into our She-Hulk review?
No, we kind of covered everything. Honestly, there's a lot of delays. There's a lot of games we're waiting for, and honestly, the next 2 weeks of September, I'm just happy I have games to play. So I'm not complaining.
They're actually coming out. They're actually going to be here.
Well, I hope.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. Yeah. So let's jump over to the last section of this particular episode is the She-Hulk. So everyone knows my candidate review from the week before. But Mark, what do you think of the very first episode and the current episode that we've just seen this week? Sorry, last week.
She-Hulk, I think I did an audio to yourself where I've enjoyed the lightheartedness of it all. It doesn't take itself too seriously. There's a bit of the argument about how it's kind of shitting on Bruce Banner a bit, which I'm with that. I get that, and I'm with that. But as a show, is what it is. It's just I'm just enjoying it, and it has ties to the Avengers and all that kind of stuff. What's going on, but it's just lighthearted, fun, good jokes. Yes, she probably could look a bit bigger in the ways of what a Hulk is, but whatever. She looks the way she looks, and at the moment, it's just enjoyable, especially the latest episode with her becoming, a lawyer and how a lawyer for the what do they call it, the superhero law firm or superhero division. Yeah, so all that kind of stuff, and how she was fighting with herself about whether she even wanted to do that, and then how they did Abomination was really good, and then obviously spoilers for the ending.
Spoilers.
The end credits of connecting to Shang-Chi was, I don't know why. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, awesome. A connection of why he was there and how he was there. Excellent. And yeah, I'm just enjoying it for what it is, honestly. I don't have too much expectations.
Blunt.
I don't think it's going to end on a big high note or somewhere near Kang or some bullshit like that. I'm just enjoying it for what it is.
Yeah. Oh, I completely concur with you. I am actually also appreciating the fact that it's that extra lightheartedness. I do like, compared to obviously Miss Marvel and Moon Knight. I am liking the fact that this show is connected to one of the original Avengers. With seeing what they've been up to, especially Hulk, which this show is perfectly displaying how much trauma this man has gone through, constantly going through again, and the loss and everybody. And I agree with you. Like she's complaining how much she can control her anger and everything. You don't know what I've been through and everything like that. And Bruce is just like, yeah, I have no idea what you've been through. I have no idea about pain, anger, loss, and having to wrestle the other guy. I know nothing of all that. But this week's episode, I thought was really good. Definitely got to see more of this law division, and how she gets to become a lawyer. The CGI, I'm still fine with. I don't find it jarring at all. So nothing that I don't mind that at all. I do like the fact that we do have Tim Roth. He is back from being Abomination. It's been 10 years. No. 2009. 2009, Incredible Hulk came out. So almost 14 years ago, he played this character. For 14 years ago, he played this character and he's returned. It's good seeing. I did enjoy him talking about his side of the story, and what he's been through and what his aspect, his side of things, and the fact that he's actually reconciled with Bruce, all the trauma. I did love when Bruce is like, oh, that was a long time ago. I was a completely different person, literally. I did really like that snippet. And yeah, seeing Abomination. Again, I found myself laughing in this episode. I enjoy its lightheartedness. I enjoyed its connection to the original Avenger. I think this episode was just as strong as last week's. No, I didn't think it dipped at all. I think it's kept its consistency. Because with Miss Marvel, it's a bit touch and go, and obviously with Moon Knight, I think for the very first two episodes, both ended with WTF. What's going on? But this is pretty much very straightforward to what's happening with it all. I did like the small tidbit with the major cameo. It could be that Matt Guy mentioned was Wolverine. Wolverine. She was reading a magazine, which you could see in the see where she was reading the magazine, and there was a section saying "Man with metal claws in bar fight." That was in a magazine she was reading in a scene, and just above that, finally someone actually mentioned about the giant head from Eternals, the celestial head in the water in the ocean. Someone finally mentioned that. Because even myself, I was like, isn't anyone going to mention there's a giant head just in the planet? No,
yeah,
like, no one's going to talk about it.
I think I missed those two bits. I didn't even notice them.
Oh, I was like, on the screen for like 2 seconds. I do like that she breaks the fourth wall. I'm enjoying that. That's not too jarring for me. And yeah, I do like the connection to Shang-Chi. Now, there's a big thing going around, the fact that this episode actually breaks the continuing of the MCU. Continuation. It actually kind of breaks it. Now, so we see Shang-Chi. He goes to that fight. There's Abomination, and Wong takes Abomination back to the cell. And then after the credit scene for Shang-Chi, we see Bruce in normal form having his arm in the sling, right? But when in She-Hulk, she sees on the news that Abomination was in the fight, scene that gets announced, but Bruce is the Hulk and his arm's fixed.
Mm.
So I don't think it's. I have no doubt that this is not a continuing error. I have no doubt Marvel will explain it. I think people are just getting too harped up for no particular reason. I'm sure they'll explain it in the next episode, which the next episode, Daredevil's meant to appear in it, which apparently with his traditional black and yellow suit. But as a quick reminder to everybody, this does not have 6 episodes. This has got 9 episodes that we're getting for this particular show. So obviously we're 2 episodes deep, and so far it's going strong. So it's going to be very interesting to see where this show is going to end. Because where's Bruce going? Bruce is in the ship. Where's he going?
No,
so you know what that ship's from, right?
Yeah, that was from when he crashed, isn't it?
Yeah, from Thor 3. So there's a whole rumor that he's going back to Sakaar, and it's going to be going into World War Hulk, which the World War Hulk story doesn't make sense, because the reason the World War Hulk began was the fact that the Illuminati exiled Hulk because he was too dangerous, and that started the Planet Hulk comic book series, where he was the gladiator and he took over the planet. World War Hulk began was because Hulk invaded Earth because he was going to get his revenge, because I think the ship that took him to Sakaar blew up and killed his kids.
Well, he doesn't have kids, for one thing.
Well, that's exactly right. So what he did was that after that happened, he assembled an army and invaded Earth to take it over as revenge.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Everyone's talking about World War Hulk. I'm like, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit what's going on. Not when he's just like, everything's going fine with his cousin right now.
He could be going to go see Thor, or he could be going to go see Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, which apparently is not on Earth. He's in a spaceship.
Yeah.
Floating around somewhere. But it's interesting, the ship found him. So I want to know where that leads, because the ship found him because he was very surprised about it. So that's where that storyline's going to head. I'm very curious about. Yeah, is he going to find Thor? Is he going to team up with Thor again? Because I think it's after She-Hulk. I can't remember what we actually got after She-Hulk now. I know we got the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. So I'm not too sure, because obviously, Black Panther. But I'm sure we're going to have another Disney Plus show.
Oh,
because this is going to go. Because Black Panther, which is going to be a major thing. But overall, you're enjoying the show so far. So what do you think about the after credit scenes? Come on, tell me.
I just don't see the point. Like, after credit scenes for movies, makes sense, fair enough, it's all good. It's all just like a lead into what's going to happen next. But the She-Hulk is doing one after every single episode, and it's like, why? Like, it's always some stupid, like, just laugh, and it's like, what, like, why? Like, fucking why? Like, why is it there? Like, this one, all she did was lift a car so someone could change a tire. Like, that was it. It's like, that wasn't needed. Just end the episode. Like, we don't. I get it. I guess that little bit of extra. I'm probably just, nitpicking, but it's just I don't get it. Like, why is this the thing?
Look, I understand last week's. I don't understand this week's. Like, I get you showing the fact that she can do all these things. Her family's really helping her. I understand that, but last week's was well earned and was one of the most funniest points of the entire show.
Yeah.
But this week's probably wasn't necessary. Apparently, the very first 6 episodes are all going to have an after credits scene. So I don't know how that's going to lead into. But so far, you can honestly say you were enjoying this a whole lot more than Miss Marvel, because you didn't actually finish Miss Marvel, did you?
Nah, I'm still like 3 episodes out. I haven't finished it at all.
Nah, you really not miss much. Really, you can just watch. You just watch the last episode, man.
Yeah,
you just watch the last episode, man. Yeah,
yeah.
I get.
Mm-hmm.
No, go.
I reckon Moon Knight is still the best show they've made. Moon Knight or WandaVision.
Yeah, Moon Knight, WandaVision. It's interesting so far that it's funny that for the last 2 years, the first show that's kicked off the year is still in high regard. Like, it's still at the very top. Even though other shows have come out so far. And like, I think She-Hulk will be really great. But at this stage, Moon Knight's still number 1.
I reckon She-Hulk is going to end up, unless they do something spectacular, it's going to end up in like the bottom third of the list.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, I have no doubt, will say they'll enjoy.
If it's good and it's just entertaining, then it doesn't have anything to make it amazing. Like WandaVision, Moon Knight, Loki, they all did stuff that was like, oh, wow. But then there's like Miss Marvel, which to me is going to sit comfortably at the bottom of the ladder now.
Yeah.
That's even under bloody Captain Falcon, Winter Soldier. And What If and all that kind of stuff. They just didn't really do much. So
Didn't take your pickle.
Yeah, we'll see how She-Hulk goes, but at the moment it's just entertaining and it's just good.
It's nice, like as you said, it's nice seeing something a little more lighthearted.
That's it. Yeah, especially, yeah.
Yeah, and for me, it's, as I said, just the fact that we're seeing one, like Hawkeye, we're seeing one of the original Avengers. And again, we're still seeing that the pain, like the ramifications, everything with the blip and everything. We're still seeing that. For me, my review, top tier episode, still going strong, hasn't dipped. Excited for this week's episode, and looking forward to it, especially if this week is where Daredevil will make his appearance. This will be the first time we see him in suit in the MCU. The next, we don't know how much Daredevil is going to be in the show, but his next confirmed appearance will be Echo, which apparently is just finished filming. And Echo is the spin-off show from Hawkeye with the lady that is deaf. I can't remember her name. Well, I know her name's Echo, but I can't actually remember her character's name. So I'm not too sure how she is going to talk to Daredevil or how they're going to communicate in that aspect, because he's blind and she's deaf. So that's going to be interesting how they're going to communicate. But yeah, Echo is for next year. And then after Echo, we will be getting the Daredevil TV show, which kind of will completely breaks the Disney Plus mold at the stage, because it will be the first Disney Plus show with 18 episodes. 18 episodes we'll be getting. It'll be for 2023. We're basically getting a new episode from a Disney Plus show every single week.
Yeah.
You know, which is insane. So Daredevil New Beginnings, or no, Born Again. Daredevil Born Again. But look, that kind of wraps up and for our She-Hulk review. And look, I would like to say thank you to everybody who tuned in for this particular episode. Everyone in the comments who popped by and said hello. Really also appreciate it. And I think for me personally, I think we did a very good for the first live podcast episode Twitch stream.
Might as well shout out, what was the podcast that jumped in at the very start?
Uncredited Extras. They said hello at the very start. So definitely, guys, if you need to go jump onto there. They're a great bunch of guys, and I can't wait for their season 2. And Mark, for this week, obviously this episode drops on Tuesday. What is what is your next your stream for this week?
I'll just get ready for Biomutant, which comes out on the 6th, so I will be playing it on the 8th.
All right, fantastic. And as I said, everybody, please go follow Mark My Words. The man is, he's going to hit 500 followers on Twitch partnership within the year. You must jump onto him now because he's eventually going to do the paid subscription where you need to pay to talk to him. Because he's going to be well in demand. And for us personally, the next movie that we're meant to go see is Black Adam. For us, that's the next group movie that we're going to see together. But there's still so much. It's the year of content. There's so much content to jump onto: movies, video games, TV shows. So always, guys, stay up to date. Like, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff. And until next time, guys, happy ranting.
See you later.
Thanks for listening to Lights, Camera, Rant. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, leave us a rating and review, and be sure to tell your friends. Until next time, happy ranting.